You're welcome. You too. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today that I'm recording this is November 5th. This video was for November 4th. However, the second part of the video got deleted, so I am recording this now while it's my off day, and I still have the emotions that I had yesterday because I recorded it in the feeling that I had. And it was for a Wisdom Wednesday, but I'm just going to use it for today that you guys are seeing this, which is November the 11th, which is also my nephew's birthday. So, without making this intro very long, let's get into it. I decided to put the vintage look on this because to me this is serious, and yesterday, November 4th, last Wednesday, you got the gist. I'm talking in the present term of November 5th. If I say yesterday, I mean November 4th. In the beginning of this video, you guys saw me saying thank you, have a good night to a lady that I dropped off from work. She went from Walmart in our local town to her home. I was dropping her off because some of you all know I'm a taxi driver. And I picked her up, and she made some comments and asked some questions that I did not approve of. It irked my nerves. It boiled my blood. Now, before I go into what she said, I'm going to make this disclaimer right now. I was raised in a Christian home. My father was a Christian, so was my mother. My father is now a preacher. To this present day, he is now a preacher, a pastor of his own church. My mother is the first lady, and I'm a preacher's kid. I've always been a preacher's kid, ever since my dad got ordained and got saved in the penitentiary. Now, I know a lot of people think, well, you can't really get saved in a penitentiary. Well, you can. My dad went to Bible school, blah, yada, yada, yada. I was always taught to do not judge. And I have my tripod, by the way, on the bed, so if it's shaky, I'm sorry, I'm moving. But anyway, I was always told, do not judge. I was always judged as a kid, being a preacher's daughter, being the goody two-shoe, being, the tattletale, whatever the case may be. But I was always told, do not judge someone. And I do not like when someone judges someone else. I personally do not care what your religion is, what your preference are, what your gender is, what your religion, race, whatever the case may be. I do not care. And that is one thing that has always been instilled in me. And I'm not a judgmental person. I have my own opinion, and if it comes off judgmental, I apologize. But if you ask me a question, I give you my opinion, don't be upset. Sometimes it's the contradiction of, does this dress make me look fat? To the answer of yes, get a different dress that makes you look thinner. Usually black dresses make you look thinner. If you get a red dress and you know you're kind of big-boned, don't wear a red dress. Whatever the case may be, into that example. But I don't care if you're lesbian, gay, transsexual, transvestite, transgender, whatever, lesbian, whatever the case may be. If your religion is Muslim, Buddha, Christian, Baptist, Catholic, whatever the case may be, I don't care. Whatever your preference are, I do not care. So there's that disclaimer. the lady made a comment of, she had asked me some questions, and I've had a few other people ask me the question of how much money do you make being a taxi cab driver? And I don't really care to tell someone because it doesn't really matter, because my whole job is I get paid weekly, and some weeks are higher than the others and some weeks are lower than the others. I get paid half of what I make throughout the night. So example, if I have 5 runs and they're all $5 each, because that is our set rate for 5 miles, $5, okay? And then $1 additional person, so on and so forth, it goes on. So $5 for 5 people. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's $25. Out of each of those runs, I only make $2.50. So I only make $12.50 out of the night if I only get 5 runs. It all depends on the demand of the people, the demand of the community, and the weather, really. Because if it's raining, we don't get very much people. If it's sunshiny and people rather walk, we don't get much people. It all depends on who rather walk, ride in a cab, pay the money. It depends on a lot of things. So she asked me how much I made. I told her I make half of whatever I get throughout the night. She was like, well, do you get paid at the end of the night? And I was like, no, I get paid weekly. So I didn't have a problem saying that. But then she made the comment of, well, don't you think you need a regular job? I said no, because this pays my bills. It pays for, my son's milk. It pays food in my house. It pays my bills. It does fine. I love this job. This is my regular job. When she said, do you feel like you need to get a regular job? I was like, this is my regular job. So I felt as if, one, she was either attacking me or trying to read into things that she doesn't need to be reading into. Now, she's an older lady, so I wasn't as offended until she made that comment of, don't you think you need a regular job? And it was more irritating because of the fact that all she did for the rest of the night was go on and trying to dig deeper and dig deeper. So I stopped her by saying, my husband is the one who makes all the money and has the full-time job, the regular full-time job with an hourly rate. She goes, oh, I totally forgot that you were married, blah, 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 blah. That's the thing. You don't know everything about me. You don't know, just like with here and people who vlog. The whole situation, okay, side note, just like with Latoya Forever. I've read some of her comments where people are like, oh, her videos are fake, or this or that, whatever the case may be. On Pink Sparkle, some people have hatred towards her. Nina Unrated, they have hatred towards her. When people vlog, like, prime example, when Alex and Mia, when they vlog, a whole bunch of people, when they broke up, a whole bunch of people got on there, Mia doesn't want to fix this relationship, Alex is the one doing this, and blah, 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 and blah, 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 taking sides, doing this, doing that. You have the option, the choice to press that record button and record yourself, or you have the option to turn it off, have your little argument with your husband, your wife, your spouse, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your cat, your dog, whatever, and you can choose what you want to put on the internet. So, to that extent, you don't know a lot of things about me because I choose to put it out on the internet, choose to put it out of my mouth to tell you, or I just don't say anything. Or if you know me because you're part of my family, my friend circle, my long distance cousins, family members, whatever the case may be. This lady does not know me that far from Adam and Eve. And it kind of irked my nerves. I got over it. But my thing is, the whole point of this video, after me talking a whole bunch of randomness, jumbo mumbo, letting you all know the story, the whole point of this is, do not judge someone. Don't judge anyone by what their job is, what their race is, what their gender is, what their religion is, what they do for a living, how they do it, when they do it, this and that, so forth and so on and so forth. It does not matter. If they got food on their table, clothes on their backs, and a roof over their head, and shoes on their feet, and they good, they good. I go to church every Sunday. There's been some Sundays when I don't go to church, but I still read my Bible. I watch Joyce Myers, or I watch Joel Osteen, or Bishop, whoever I will watch if I don't go to church on that Sunday. But most of the times I go to church on Sundays, and I read my Bible, I listen, and sometimes I go to different churches. But I do not judge someone if they're not like me. When I was raised as a kid, coming up to do not judge, and people would tell me that I'm nothing, that I need to go back to the planet that I'm from, I don't belong here, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that, telling me a whole bunch of different things, that brought me to a situation in my life when I thought that I had to take my life away from this earth. I was young. I had a knife to my arm, scissors to my arm. I had whatever I felt that could cut me and take my life away. I didn't care, because I thought, okay, well, if this person doesn't like me, then this person don't like me. No one's going to like me. That's not the point. That's not the reason. Do not let them deter you from what you have, a future on this earth. Do not judge anyone for their preference. Do not judge anyone because of the way that they look. Don't judge anyone for the way that they talk. Don't judge anyone because you don't know. You judging real quick, and you got flaws yourself. I don't like when people sit there and when they judge, when you point at someone, you got these 3 fingers. If you don't go like this, because you know, that, there you go. But if your finger's crooked and you're like, well, that person, you're pointing to them twice. Okay, that person, but you got 3 of these that are pointing back at you. So when you think that you're about to judge, look in the mirror. Look at your hand when you're about to point. Oh, yeah, that girl over there, da-da-da-da, or that boy over there. You pointing 2 at them, but 3 back at you. I do not like when someone judges. Because, and I'm going to put this out here. Coming up and feeling that suicide was the only way for me to be okay. Because, 1, I would be dead. 2, life would go on without me. Because I don't know if some of you, I've seen like a show or whatever, and a guy got a show or a prank something, but it was where a guy got into a casket, faked his death, and had a fake funeral. To see how many people would come to his funeral and how many would care. He had a hidden camera inside of the casket pointing outwards, looking to the crowd of like the church, and how many people would come up, how many people were crying. And at the end of it all, he got up out of the casket. People started hating him for that. People disliked him for that. People, was like, dude, why did you do that? People knew that it was a joke. Some people knew it was a joke. He pre-warned others. But when it sets in as a full thing, like, man, my friend just passed away, your faking will end up turning into the real thing. So even some of the people that he told totally mishappened and forgot and were really crying. And then when he got up, they was like, oh snap, it was a joke all along. But anyway, what I'm saying is, do not judge. Right here. Right here. Do not judge. Do not judge anyone but yourself. You are not perfect, and the only perfect person here and in spirit and above is God. God is the only perfect person, the perfect spirit, the perfect Holy Ghost, the perfect man. God is perfect. We are nowhere near perfect. We can be Christ-like, but we are not Jesus. We are not God. We are not, we're supposed to be worshipers of God. We're supposed to be, disciples of Jesus Christ. We are supposed to tell other people about the Word of God. We are not perfect. So do not judge someone because they don't look like you, they don't act like you, they don't got what you got, they don't have what you have, what they wish they could have. No, do not judge. That is point blank period for this video. I know it was super long. I am not apologizing for it being long because I had to say what I had to say. And yeah, so do not judge. Just don't do it. Don't judge. Look at yourself in the mirror. Look at yourself in the mirror. Don't judge. Don't do it. Love yourself and love thy neighbor. Okay, guys, so I know that was a very long video, and I'm not sorry. I had to say what I had to say. I repeated myself because I needed to repeat myself. So, give this video a thumbs up. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. Don't thumbs it down. Just don't even rate it. Don't like it. Don't comment. Don't do nothing. But if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't already, click that subscribe button below. And I'll see you guys in my next Wisdom Wednesday video. Bye, guys.